introduce ourselves at the beginning?
Yeah, first off, I'd like to introduce everyone to singer, rapper, songwriter, producer, engineer, founding member of the group SOD. He goes by many names. I'll try to get them all. Skelty, Wolf Knight, uh, Zero Cool, and now currently Celestial 99. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Also known as my little brother Anthony, and my name is Jeffrey, also known as J.Quicks,
J.Quicks.
J.Quicks, Dark Crusader. I'm also in SOD. I don't know. I don't know if I am or I'm not a founding member. Maybe we'll get into that.
I think he is. I think originally me and a few of my friends from high school created SOD, and my brothers JD and Chris kind of trickle in towards the beginning of it, so I would consider them founding members of SOD. There's probably a lot more that needs to be explained about that. Maybe we'll do a video later on explaining like how all that came to be.
I mean, we can, or we can get into it. Like we'll definitely be talking about SOD. So my first question for you.
Oh, before he starts, I am gonna be interviewing him as well. We're gonna be releasing a trilogy of EPs over the next couple years. They are going to be released under SOD. That's our previous group name. And it's going to be a trilogy, 3 volumes. There's going to be 5 songs on each volume. And the first one is going to be released April of 2026. So it's something that me and him have worked on. We're looking at maybe getting some of the other members together to get on some of the later tracks, but right now me and this guy are co-writing, co-producing them. The first one will be out next year. So that's another thing. He also does rap. It is not just about me. I do have some solo projects coming out. Club 43 is dropping December 13th. That's something that I have worked on for a few years. I finally got the skills to engineer it and mix it, so it's being mixed as we speak, and it'll be released in the next couple of weeks. So that is also something that is dropping before the end of the year. But next year, though, we'll be working on SOD Volume 2 and releasing Volume 1. So that's something to look forward to as well.
There are some demos of Volume 1 out there and stuff. I don't know, we might share a link or give you some previews of the demos like we've recorded.
I can tell you right now, it's under SOD Crew. Right now, it'll be re-released, remastered on a SOD. There's no periods in it, just SOD on every streaming platform. So looking to maybe get our brother into it too. He's a producer, and maybe he'll produce some of it in the future, but just keep a lookout for that. It's something coming. Back to your question.
Okay. You took care of present day. I'm gonna go back. So what is your first memory of music? Like when you first started enjoying music, or however you want to answer that question?
Yeah, I think that we always grew up around music. Since an early age, we always had it around us. Our parents played a lot of different things. I remember hearing Elvis when we were younger. Mom was really into Elvis. Curtis Mayfield, Marvin Gaye, Santana, all those things growing up. I think that the most influential artist that I heard growing up was probably Michael Jackson. Dad had a Thriller album at the old house that I would, anytime that I would be able to play that album, I would play it. running play it. That was my favorite album to play, and I had most of it memorized and stuff, and just loved the creativity that went into that, and like I remember seeing the music video for it, the one where Michael Jackson turns into werewolf. Yeah, yeah, and it's just like one of the best music videos I've ever seen in my life, and just him as an artist, I think that made me want to do music as a kid, perform or whatever. So that's probably the first thing, but that was because of dad, like dad having albums around and having he like obviously like Michael Jackson too.
Yeah, shout out to mom too. Like he said, she
Elvis,
country,
George Strait.
She just like everything on the radio.
Yeah,
like
Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? This is a question for you. So a question to.
Borrow my glass.
Probably. What first? Same thing. What first got you into music? Like, same question. What artists do you remember listening to as a younger person that made you want to get into music?
I mean, my memories and stuff, like you covered a lot of it and stuff, but I just remember like little road trips and stuff. Like we'd go camping and stuff. I can't even tell you where we went, but it was a road trip. But I did the same kind of things, like a Sade, Dad's Hey Love album and stuff, like Delphonics, Spinners. Like I don't even know if I can name Dramatics. Like it's just like I remember those road trips and just hearing those songs. Like plus, I mean, Dad's had the same playlist for 100 years, so he still plays those same songs. So that's what I remember and stuff growing up. Yeah. So, I mean, that's
what got you. What was the first like creative project that you remember writing as a younger person? Because I remember, didn't you win a writers contest when you were younger?
I mean, well, in elementary school, it just like I think I was like in fifth grade or something.
Fifth grade. He won a music contest. A writers contest. A creative writing contest.
Yeah. So, I've always approached music like from I don't know. I want to say a nerdy type of thing, just because I was good in English class and stuff, and it's like I had to learn. But then I also studied music too, so it's kind of like I put them both together and stuff. Eventually, as I got older and stuff, like, but I forgot about that. So let me see. So, like I said, you do everything, but we recorded our first album in 1998. Started recording of original music and stuff. It seems like you gravitated towards piano and strings. It seemed like a strength. Like it's still a strength right now, but what is there something that drew you to those instruments, or is it my brother's not here and stuff, but he seems to like the drums more? Like can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I've always been into the music part of it more than the beat part of it. I think when you talk about like strings like that, it's first person that comes to mind is like Havoc of Mobb Deep, RZA of Wu-Tang, Fourth Disciple of RZA's brother of Wu-Tang. They all kind of use that style of like New York. It was really big in the 90s. So after those apprenticeship of just studying those producers, I think DJ Muggs was a huge influence on producing for me. So mostly the DJ Muggs, RZA, Fourth Disciple, Havoc, those were all the producers that I was listening to when I first started producing. So if you listen to those producers, you would know where my style of using a keyboard or a clav or a harpsichord or strings. I'm always string heavy or synth heavy, but I've gotten it from mostly those producers when I first started. I've always liked the more musical, the more orchestral part of producing. Um, the beat, for the most part, for me, is always produced second when I produce. You know that. You know my production really well. You know that the sound probably comes first for me before producing the beat. I've gotten better. I've gotten better at producing the beat part of it over the years. I used to be a little bit weaker at producing the beat part of it, but I've become a lot stronger as a producer, producing the beat part of it too. So I've kind of become a balanced producer now.
No, I actually never knew that and stuff. I was gonna ask, like, that first album, you and Chris did it together, but you do have one solo production on there, the Twin Dragons that song.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like I'm just curious, like, how that felt and stuff. That's a song you can't find right now.
I think that for the most part, people didn't want Jay and Jason were so young. They didn't want him to be on that album.
They forced their way on the album.
And as me, whatever say so that I had, I was like, they're gonna be on it. So I stepped in as a producer and I produced their intro and their actual track, their first track that they were ever on, and I named them the Twin Dragons too. It's off a Jackie Chan movie.
I didn't know you named them.
I named it. No, I named them. I actually named them, and
I know we watched the movie. I thought it belonged to them.
No,
and
I actually
let us borrow it. Like, I know we used to watch those movies.
I wish they were around. Yeah, yeah. I named them, and then I was the first one to produce for them, and I'm glad because like it was something that they were really like loved while they were here and stuff. So I'm glad that I was able to do that for them. How would you describe the type of music that you create?
That's a tough question. Now that I'm older and stuff, I think obviously I grew up listening to East Coast hip hop. I grew up off of Wu-Tang, you know, all the groups we listen to, Mobb Deep and stuff. So I grew up loving lyrical rap, but also as I've gotten older, like I like R&B. We both like indie rock, so it's like I approach hip hop from an R&B type of thought process and stuff. I just mix all my influences together and stuff. Like I cover an array of subjects and stuff, like different type of tempos and stuff. I just I don't know. I think I write headphone music stuff, not really like a lot of up-tempo stuff. I think my specialty is just like something to chill to, like Sunday afternoon and stuff. Put on your headphones or late at night, something like that. Those type of songs and songs that make you think a little bit and stuff. I get into the lyrics a lot, so that's how I describe it.
Follow up is what artists are you into right now that are influencing like your thinking in music right now?
Well, I'll go back and stuff. Like, I'll just tell you, like, one of my favorite writers of all time is Ben Gilbert from Def Cab for Cutie and stuff. Like, I love like all a lot of his albums and stuff. Like, he's a big influence. I'll just name you. This is probably semi-underground and stuff. Like, I don't even know if you know who he is and stuff. A new guy I like, his name is Vory, Vory and stuff. But I put him in the same category as me and stuff. Sometimes he raps.